Donald Trump has gone silent as war erupting once again through open hostilities in the Middle East. Donald Trump being defied by Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel. Donald Trump told the Financial Times that Trump holds the cards and Netanyahu listens. And Trump said, I told Netanyahu I hold the cards. Do not attack Iran right now while I'm trying to negotiate a deal. After you struck Beirut, Iran responded by striking in Israel. Do not strike Iran. And Donald Trump told the Financial Times and other media outlets Netanyahu agreed, and then Netanyahu immediately targeted Iran. Iran retaliated against Israel and neighboring countries as well. Yemen fired into Israel, and it is an absolute mess yet again. We're basically at the beginning of all of this as a result of Donald Trump's pathetic weakness. And talking about his pathetic weakness, Donald Trump went silent on social media. He loves to make all these social media posts, but in the middle of all of this chaos, zero clarity, except he did post in the middle of all of this late last night, right around 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m. East Coast time. He writes, has anybody been watching the crooked election going on in California? Two great Republican candidates are being cheated, and so is America, which if the Democrats are able to fulfill their mission, great trouble and consternation will follow. Watch this, quote, election closely, DJT. That's your post while the world is at war, while the economy has crashed in the United States, while the markets have crashed in the United States, while people are being killed across the world. That's your one post? Other than that, Donald Trump's prior posts were 24 hours ago. Weird AI images of some drone port thing he wants to build on top of the White House. Weird AI image posts about Rosie O'Donnell saying she is obsessed. I don't know. You seem to be the obsessed one by posting weird AI images of Rosie O'Donnell. Then Donald Trump went silent at the same time he gave the most humiliating interview perhaps he's ever given, and that's saying a lot. I don't know. He gives a lot of very humiliating interviews, but that one with Kristen Welker on Meet the Press, where she was asking him basic questions, and he was whining about, he claims he won in 2020 and every election is rigged. And he also is weird. I mean, it's very weird, but he said, your elections are rigged. Your elections. You're saying all elections in the country are rigged. Where are you from that you go, your elections are rigged? Russia, question mark. And he goes from this manic anger. I mean, look at this human being. I mean, look at these 4 photos of him lashing out in this manic face. This is not normal human behavior by anybody. Then he'll go right to sleep. Manic, then sleep. Manic, then sleep. He's literally a crazy person. He's literally a psychotic, crazy human being who should be nowhere near any position of power. And he's out there, and then as he's gone silent before that, he's like, I call the shots. Netanyahu doesn't call the shots. Again, certainly seems like Netanyahu calls the shots. And Trump said, Iran striking back against Israel after Israel attacked Beirut. That's not going to impact any deal. The deal's still going through. It's more of the same from this complete nutcase. I mean, just a actual lunatic. So while he goes silent, though, he has to send his proxies on state regime media. And this is what our state regime media looks like as Donald Trump sends his sycophants to meet with propagandists on Fox. And so you have Maria Bartiromo with Congresswoman Tenney, and Bartiromo's like, can you believe they don't even let you call a mom a mother? They don't let you call moms mothers? Okay, what are any of you talking about? The world is on fire right now. We're about to hit tank bottom when it comes to oil reserves right now. People are going bankrupt every damn day in this country and going hungry. Mass death across the world. Netanyahu just wants to blow up everything in the Middle East, and he sees Donald Trump as completely weak. And Trump sending his propagandists to say that Democrats want to ban you from using the word mother. What the hell are these people talking about? Here, play this clip.
Males, mothers and fathers are non-gestating. What are we doing here? These are.
Oh my God! So we're not supposed to say mother and father now. We can't say mother and. You know what? That's disgusting. Okay, that is disgusting. What a mother goes through, a woman goes through to have a child and to raise that child and parents. Now we have to take that away from them, calling them mother and father.
And then on state regime media, they're like, the Biden family business ain't doing well. That's why Hunter Biden's got to go on social media. First off, what's your weird obsession? Biden this, Biden that, Hunter Biden, while the Trump family is out there literally pilfering billions with a B, billions of dollars in the most corrupt cartel-like structure ever. This is what you're talking about. Play this clip.
Yeah, she's got to sell the books because the Biden family business isn't doing too well these days, which is also why Hunter Biden is trying to be a social media influencer. So we'll see how well that goes.
And then they have to run distraction, right? So they bring on MAGA Republican Congress member Greg Murphy, and he's like, okay, so what? Gas prices are $5. Did you ever hear them talking about $5 gas prices under Biden? No one talked about, yes, they did. They talked quite literally. All I heard about Biden was after he inherited the mess that Trump gave him. The same way who's ever going to be the president after Trump's going to inherit a mess. All the arsonist wanted to do was blame the firefighter. Yes, all I heard was gas prices and it's Biden's fault. And now here we are getting closer to 2027 and you're still doing this shtick. Here, play this clip.
Last final thought. What do you say to the American people?
John, I think we have to do a better job of telling the why. Every night on the news, all they do is talk about gas prices, and those are important. But did they talk about that when Biden has his $5 gas, when things were much more expensive during the Biden administration? No. So many of the regular other news networks, this is what the narrative they want to push. This is called safety and security for the world and for our children and our grandchildren. Hard decisions are hard. And we had to do what we had to do to stop them because this regime, this radical Islamic regime, only wants their world, their Sharia law, to be the world, to be the law of the world.
And then they blame Obama. Here, play this clip.
If we had a nuclear Iran, it would make Pakistan, it would make even North Korea look like, our friendly neighbor. Our world would never be safe for our children, for our grandchildren. And so, after 47 years and being paid off by, the Obama administration and the failed Iran nuclear deal, we had to do something. And it's an inconvenience to people. I absolutely understand and sympathize with those who are, facing higher prices because of this. But I think, we have to step back and look at why. We have to step back and look at why. We have a radical regime which in their constitution says they want to have their radical Islamic beliefs put across the world through whatever means they deem necessary. And that's a nuclear weapon. So, it's challenging times. We have to be willing to do what needs to be done.
And then they talk about if peace is not easy, we have a belligerent country like, and the Freudian slip here is like, we have belligerent countries like Israel. Iran. Here, play this clip.
No, this is not easy. Peace is not easy when you have a belligerent country and a belligerent leadership like the Islamic Republic of Iran. But the fact that he wants to sell out the country because they hate Trump so much, they want Trump to lose so badly that they don't care about their children or their grandchildren or the future of the free world for that matter, I think is very sad. I think it's tragic. It's a mar across our nation. But, that's one of the challenges of democracy.
And of course, while Donald Trump remained silent and not visible anywhere yesterday, he called up his state regime propagandists and relayed this message. Yesterday, he went to Fox. He was like, I was so close to doing a deal with Iran, and then Israel did this. I'm not happy. I was going to do a deal on Monday, but now Israel targeted Beirut. What? Here, play this clip.
Yeah, John, good afternoon. Iran has launched at least 4 waves of missiles at Israel in response to those IDF strikes against the Lebanese capital of Beirut earlier today. I just got off the phone with President Trump, who is following the developing situation across the region. He told me what I would suggest to Iran: you've shot your missiles, that's enough. Get back to the table and make a deal. The president once again calling for a negotiated settlement. He also spoke about the ongoing negotiations with Iran, saying we are very close. I would say an agreement would be signed on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday of this coming week. And now this takes place. And so the president will get briefed on what is happening right now, this ongoing Iranian ballistic missile attack against Israel. But I asked him about those initial IDF strikes that took place earlier today. He told me they were not coordinated with the United States, and I asked him for reaction to the Israeli strikes against Hezbollah in Beirut, and President Trump said, "I'm not happy about it." Now, more broadly, he said that the ongoing Iranian missile fire toward Israel at this moment certainly is not going to help the negotiations. But again, he is calling on the Iranians to stop firing these missiles and get back to the negotiating table to ultimately reach a settlement. The president talked about the power of the U.S. military and also the power of the ongoing U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports. This blockade.
And do you remember the one part of Donald Trump's interview with Kristen Welker where he said that he's never agreed that he would not get into new wars? He goes, "I never promised no new wars." Remember he said that? Here, play this clip.
So when you say I promised, I didn't promise anything. I don't like these endless wars. This is not an endless war. We've been doing this for 3 months. Much of it has been under the form, a pretty good form of ceasefire. The blockade has been amazing. Our Navy is amazing. Our military is the best in the world. Hey, we took over a very powerful country, Venezuela, a lot of soldiers, big, strong military. We took over Venezuela in a matter of minutes. We destroyed the capability of Iran in a matter of days. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Now I'm going to finish it. But remember, you were in...
Well, I seem to have the video of your no new wars. Here, play this clip.
Said, oh, he's going to start a war because they said I had that personality to start a war. They remember that? Oh, we can't vote for him. He's going to start a war. No, I used my personality that we didn't have to have wars. I was the first president in decades who started no new wars. Who started no new wars and no new wars. No new wars. We don't need the wars, foreign lands, countries you've never heard of, countries that don't even want us there. I was the first president in decades who started no new wars. I was the first president in decades who started no new wars. We will expel the warmongers from our government. You know, we never got into a war with me. I have a great record. We had peace. We had prosperity. We had no wars. We had no wars. That started no wars. We didn't have a war. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will expel the warmongers from our government.
Yeah, that's what you were saying on your campaign the entire time. And finally, I want to leave you all with this right here. I want to leave you with this video. And this is a very sad video because it talks about the human toll. Dozens more innocent people were killed in Gaza and Beirut in the past 24 hours alone. And since these fake ceasefires have been announced, Israel, Netanyahu, being aided and abetted by Donald Trump, have killed so many innocent people. And don't gaslight me and say, no, there's not innocent. No, there are. There's a genocide taking place in Gaza. They are destroying Beirut, and they want to do what they did to Gaza in Beirut and Lebanon right now. That's what's going on. That's objectively what's happening. And I'll share this story about a 7-month-old Palestinian baby who was just killed. Here, play this clip.
He never learned to walk. 7-month-old Sam Abu Haykal spent his final moments trapped in a car seat. Now, his family is carrying him to his grave. Hundreds gathered in Hebron for the funeral of the Palestinian baby. He was killed after Israeli soldiers opened fire on his family's car in the occupied West Bank. His father carried the small body of his son through the crowd. A child who just a day earlier had turned 7 months old.
7 أشهر هذا شو عمل هذا 7 months, what has he done? What kind of army in the world is this that commits such things? This is barbaric. This is unbelievable. We are in Israel's hands. They are everywhere. They control us. They assault us and kill us.
And I'll share with you what this grieving father had to say. This really touched me. Play this.
The family say they were driving from Bethlehem to visit relatives in Hebron when soldiers opened fire. Baby Sam was struck in the face. The same bullet also wounded his mother, who remains hospitalized. His father was shot in the hand. The Israeli military says soldiers fired at a vehicle they believed was accelerating toward them.
They say it happened by mistake. There is no such thing as a mistake under these circumstances. 3 members of the same family with multiple bullets and no warning shots. The objective was clear. There is no other explanation for what happened.
For Sam's family, the funeral marks the end of a life barely begun. But they say there can be no closure without accountability.
I demand justice. Of course, even though there's nothing to compensate for the loss that has happened, he was the entire world.
There you have it, everybody. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Thank you for watching.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.